Pilates. This video is getting out a little late today. Wasn't able to upload it last night, but this is going to be my Around the World set, and I have chosen the Festival of Colors. I don't know if they pronounce it Holy or Holly, but that's the name of it, H-O-L-I. But this was a scraggler for my Temu haul, so I thought I'd bring it out. Now this is supposed to be a glass cat eye, so it's supposed to be clear with some silver metallic pieces in it. Something's telling me, because it says glass top coat, that it might not be that. Now it is supposed to be a top coat, so let's just hope that it is that. I like the bottle. It's all in Chinese, so let's see if it is in fact magnetic like it's supposed to be. It's very thick. See, I'm not seeing any pieces in it at all. Like, it's just clear. But I'm gonna give it a shot. Never know. And they sent me the wrong thing. Boy, Temu is just not on top of their game these days. Like, at all. They're messing up left and right. I don't understand it. I really don't. They never used to mess up this much. They either need to fire their workers that they got in the warehouse now, or, you know, stop sending out the wrong stuff. This is very unprofessional. You know, you mess up once or twice in about 6 orders. Makes sense. And I don't place huge orders, so this should have been a no-brainer. Really, it was by itself. So for you to mess that up is sad. Yeah, it's clear, but I've got glass top coats from Born Pretty. I didn't need that. That's not what I asked for. I'll put on the screen what it was supposed to be. Now I've already got my peel off base coat on. And while I know the Celebration of Colors usually happens in late February, early March, more so in March, it's still Around the World, and I'd like to do it because I like all my bright colors. And what would be brighter than that? So I'm going to start by painting these 4 nails white. This one will be black because the day before the Festival of Colors, they do a bonfire to burn away the evil. So this is going to be a little bonfire on here. So we'll just start with our white base coat. And once I get all that on there, then we'll do our colors. Yeah, this is just a solid white by Venalisa. It's a bright white. I don't want my nails to be super thick, and since I have to put matte top coat on here twice, I opted for this because you can paint fairly thin and get a pretty good coverage because it is a solid gel. So that's my goal, because when you're in the Festival of Colors, it's recommended that you wear white so all the bright colors can show up on you. So that's what we're trying to mimic. I'm pretty sure these splatters are going to be the death of me unless I can find a nice way to put them on here that's easy to replicate. So this is one of those trial and error videos, I suppose, in that respect. But aren't they all? So what I'm doing to this, I'm just going to do twice. I'm going to put this layer on and then another layer of this solid. And that should be all you'll be able to see is the white. So I'll come back once I've done the second coats to all 4 of them. Okay, now I need to put the matte on the white. And if you'll see right here, on this nail right here. Some of that peel off base coat started sticking up. So I'm going to take my cuticle nippers, not the ones I use on my cuticles, but I'm going to nip that off real quick because I don't want it there. It's going to get in the way of what I'm doing. These are the nippers I use on everything. When they get too dull for my cuticles, I just use them for other things. Alright, I think that's the best I'm getting on that. Close enough. But yes, I need to matte coat these. Now I'm debating, do I want to go ahead and put my pigments on it, then matte coat it, and put more pigments on it? Because I'm not a fan of white nails. Because those people in those festivals are covered. Maybe a couple of them. So let me put my matte on the ones that I'm not gonna totally completely cover. That's where some of it's got cured at the top by doing something next to the light. So that's an oopsie poopsie, but oh well. I'll matte coat that one, and I guess the pinky. So we don't want any of that pigment powder to stick to all of them. I need to hurry up and get the black nail on there too before I start the pigment, or it's going to stick to that peel off base coat. And I just touch this with my finger somehow. See? Cure that. And I guess I could stay with theme and use the solid gel for the black. This festival usually is celebrated on the last full moon in the lunar month of Falangwa. We're gonna call it that because I know it's wrong. The powder they use is called gulal. And you know, it's not toxic or anything, obviously. They usually wear sunglasses or goggles to keep it from going in their eyes. Lotion so it washes off easily and doesn't stain the skin. And they have different meanings for all of the colors, but it's to start spring. It's the festival to begin spring and renew. But like I said, the bonfire beforehand, the night before, is to burn away evil. So this is to bring in the good and, you know, flowers and spring, victory over, you know, of good over evil, that kind of thing. And it's a Hindu holiday. So we got our two matte nails, which are fine for now. And get this one black and matted. Just have to get our black solid gel out. she is. This is another brush. This one I don't mind using my black on. It kind of stains the brush. Even when you use the brush cleaner, it still stains it somewhat. I chose black for this nail because of the glitter. And it's going to require 2 coats as well. That's fine. So when I get through with all of that and we go to add the pigments, I'll come back. All right, I got all my matte on. We're gonna go ahead in these 2 with our pigment powders. The whole point of the matte is so these didn't stick to the other ones. So, got my new ombre brush, which I use for my pigments as well. I've got my Kuromi toilet paper, which has some texture to it, and it was called a paper towel. It's toilet paper. Let's just hope it doesn't shed a lot. Now the first color we want to do is red. That's one of the colors I use for love, passion, and fertility. And I have me some red pigment right here. Going a little space up here. I want to be able to get every color on each one of these nails that I can. This might not happen without a base coat, it's looking like. That's okay. We can go back and put us a base coat on. Because we are adaptable. Will do. Because it isn't happening without it. At least all the nails will have the same amount of coats. I just need a very thin layer of base coat. And my thumb. Now I am going to glossy top all these when I'm done. I'm not big of a matte fan. There's certain designs that I will do matte. You would think it'd be this because we're using powder, but I'm just not feeling it today, so it's going to be glossy. So I'm going to cure these 2 and I'll be back. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going in with the red first. Again, which means love, passion, and fertility. Same spot. And because we got a sticky base coat, it ain't going nowhere. And yes, that's a neon red, so it's gonna look like that. Next, we're going to do green, which is new beginnings, spring, growth, and nature. Didn't get enough of that red off. Let me get me some alcohol going here. There we go. See, it takes all the red off. Then I'll dry it off on my toilet paper. Give me some more green. It's 91% alcohol, so it dries fairly quickly. Yellow is for turmeric, happiness, wisdom, and healing. Blue is for Lord Krishna, calm, love, and serenity. I want to try and get these colors next to colors that blend well, like this red and blue would make a purple. Blue and yellow is going to make a green. I don't think these are going to blend well on that base coat though, so I'm not that concerned about it. Orange is for courage, sacrifice, and spiritual energy. We're going to use our darker orange. Pink is for joy, youthfulness, and companionship. I think we'll use our brighter pink. And put it next to the yellow. If it were to blend, it would be like an orange color, like a corally neon orange. And next to blue would turn it into a purplish color. See where it's overlapping, it's turning purple. So I might come back and try to blend them. And last but not least, purple is for creativity, mystery, and wisdom. I have no idea what orange and purple is going to make. Now, I'm gonna try and blend them best I can, just by patting over them. Maybe swirling the brush. Oh, I got other stuff on there. Get that off. Nope, that's taking it off. We're not blending this today. Although, I could probably take this pink, where the pink is, and go over top of the colors around it. And blend it that way. Yeah, that's working. And then get the pink and do the same on this one. Okay. Then I'll come in and get some green and do the same. Some whites aren't as sticky as others, so you just gotta take what you can get. There are brands that make sticky white for this. All right, I'm going to take a little brush, get this stuff off my hands. And we are done with the pigment powders. Put that aside so it can be washed for later. Now, again, I'm gonna go ahead and put a matte coat on this because I'm going to also paint over it with liner gels for the splatters. And before I put this back in the bottle, I'll be wiping the brush down so I don't get those pigments in my bottle. Come over, wipe it off on a lint-free wipe. Good to go. All right, now we're going to get onto our color splatters. We're going to do the bonfire last. So I was thinking I could just put a blob on the nail and then take a liner brush and pull it out. Or use a liner, a dotting tool as well. I'll show you what I mean. So like, I want to put a dot of this there. Get a dotting tool. Take it out of that. And take this liner brush and pull it to that. Pull it to that. Might have got too much, but we'll see in a second, won't we? And then of course there's going to be lines from a splatter. It's not going to all be perfect. There's one splatter. And hopefully there's not too much there that it won't cure properly, which is a big worry. Try and take some out. We're gonna go with that. And continue on to the next one, but I'm gonna put a smaller dot this time. I understand that these are powders that they're throwing and they probably wouldn't splat like this, but they also use water guns, so who's to say they didn't put color in the water guns? I figured on these nails I'd do the neon yellow. And then the other 2 white nails, we'll do 3 different colors on those, but not these colors. Brush is a little frayed out from the last cleaning, so it needed some extra. I know these are giving like amoebas or something, but they're supposed to be splatters, I swear. Okay, so on these other 2, I've still got 5 colors that needs to be on here. So I think we'll do like purple and maybe purple and red together on one. Purple and green on one. So we'll start with that. This time I think I'll make the splatter not perfectly round. See where we go with this. It's good enough to me. Get us some green on here. Cover up that perfection or imperfection right there. Oh, there's a hair on that. I feel like this needs another color. I think we'll add this yellow to this one as well. But I think it's neat that all these colors signify a different meaning. It looks like it would be fun to be in the festival. You know, like a powdery food fight. Kind of evened it out. Now let's make our bonfire nail. Well, you need wood for a bonfire, don't you? So we'll start there with some brown. I'm just going to make some rudimentary logs here. Look, logs. Done. I want this nail to glow in the best way possible. So, y'all saw me with this on my last Amazon haul. It's a glow-in-the-dark orange glitter gel. And a red cat eye. And we're going to need some yellow. We'll use this yellow. Put a little on here. I don't need much yellow. Get some red on here. Like I said, that's a cat eye. And then the orange. I'm hoping that this orange shows through since it's a jelly glitter. And then we got some glow in the dark top coat that I'm gonna put around the fire to give the glow. But first we're gonna use our blooming gel. And I wanna kinda use this blooming gel in like the shape of the fire, kinda. I don't think that'll work the way I'm looking at it. So We're going freestyle here. Just where we want the fire is where I'll be putting this. Try that. And we're gonna start with a glob of red, then the orange, then the yellow. So I'm gonna put the red down here in a glob. Gonna put the orange on top of that. Then I'm gonna take my liner brush and get the yellow and bring it up. Need some more yellow. It's globbing over here. I guess you'll be coming out to the side, won't you there, fire? Alright. I'm gonna hurry up and cure that. Oh, I can't yet. There we go. Now I can cure it in place. Then we're going to come in with this glow-in-the-dark top coat and go just around the fire. Cure that. Then we can put a top coat on all of these and see our finished look. And we're just going to embrace the top coat we were sent because I don't feel like arguing about it. I've had to do so much with Temu about this. These different orders, they've sent the wrong items. They didn't send an item. They didn't send enough of the item. Then I'm done. I'm bordering on caring even though it's not my fault. So I'm just not gonna do it. They got one on me. That's the way I'm gonna look at it. They got over this time. Because it's not what I ordered. I stopped ordering from AliExpress because I would order something, you know, it takes 15 years to get here. And then I just would never see it. It would never say delivered. It would just never get delivered. And by the time they let me say something about it, it was past the window. So it didn't make sense to me. So I just quit ordering from them. Now Temu's getting on that crap list here. I'm just gonna have to deal with Amazon because at least Amazon will refund your stuff in a hurry. And everything you send back to Amazon just about is free. Temu's got this. You can only send it back free if this, and it ain't right. If it ain't my fault, you should just be taking it. You should be paying for that. Get some better workers in there that pay attention to labels, or get your label makers to be right. I don't know what to tell you. But that's not good customer service. Making your customer pay for your mistake. So, no more Temu. I give up. The stuff I got coming in from Temu, I think that'll be it. If I need something, I guess it'll be Amazon or Shein from now on. Here we have our Festival of Colors nails with our bonfire. I hope you like this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. This looks like a USA nail for some reason other than the orange. Not happy with that, but it'll do. And thank you for coming to see me. I hope you have a wonderful day, week, night, month, year. Bye, my little hotties.